Can someone just explain to me how this even exists? Could someone tell me who thought of this, first of all? Welcome, everybody, to the Legend of Podcast, episode 4. What is going on, guys? If you are a frequent of the show, you may not realize I am without my partner today. No big deal. He's got some personal stuff going on, man. No problem at all. You know your boy can carry when needed. So yeah, guys, just to jump right into it, just a couple of things I wanted to kind of look at and kind of go over today. There's a new Nintendo Switch refresh dev kit being tossed around. Forget where it ended up. We'll get into that. A bunch of retro games coming to Xbox. A little bit of Pikmin 4, and a spicy pizza surprise. If you know, you know. But yeah, before I get into all that, guys, I maybe wanted to get into some real conversation, just for a little bit. I promise I won't make it too long. So. Like I said, Joe's not here today, and he's dealing with personal things. And if you're listening, man, just know I love you. And if there's anything you ever need, he knows. Just reach out to me. You know, that's my brother, and anything he ever needs, I got him. It makes me want to make the point that well, I'm just kind of wing it. I didn't really script this, but. You know, guys, life could definitely be hard sometimes, you know. It's definitely not always easy. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, man. You know, life happens. You know, and it's kind of something we all have to deal with. So, you know, that being said, I think that you know, this is a very gaming and, you know, kind of nerdy orientated channel and podcast where we talk about a lot of news and gaming related stuff, but a lot of people don't seem to discuss the fact that you know, gaming is much more of a distraction than a cure. You don't want to you know, and what I mean by that is, you know, obviously gaming's a big part of our lives. If you're listening to this, it's because I'm sure gaming's a big part of your life as well. And, you know, it could be, especially when, you know, you're going through something, it could definitely help mask, a pain or whatever insignificance you're going through. But, you know, at the end of the day, no problem can be solved by ignoring it. If you're dealing with something, you know, this is something I'm trying to, maybe the reason I'm talking about it is because I'm kind of in part talking to myself. So where, you know, as I see these real life things go on around me, and for the majority of my free time, I do just play games, which I love doing. You know, sometimes problems just need to be taken on head on, and there's no other way around it. You can't hide it. You can't mask it. If you actually want to, you know, take matters into your own hands, that's what you have to do. And there's no excuse for running away from it. So yeah, gaming can be a distraction, but not a cure. And also don't neglect your life and responsibilities to dedicate more time to video games when it really shouldn't be. It shouldn't consume your life so much where it impacts you, you know, socially and everything else. Like if your life is negatively being impacted by how much you're spending playing video games, how much time you're spending playing video games, you need to you know, adjust your course there and kind of look in the mirror and determine what you want. Especially now in today's day and age, I definitely feel like there's a lot of numbness to a lot of things we do, and there's a lot of times where, you know, I mean, I'm sure pictures live forever, but, you know, moments die with us. You know, often I'll be out and I'm not a picture person. I don't like pictures. I don't take a lot of pictures, mainly because, and, you know, I just like being present in the moment. And, you know, like my girlfriend yells at me all the time that we don't have a lot of pictures, and a lot of it's because I'm a very in the moment type of person. So you need to have those experiences, and sure, video games can give you some form of those experiences, but it definitely can't be the cure to all your problems. Because at the end of the day, you are entering a matrix of some sorts to where nothing matters when you enter that world, and then you come back to reality and you're still dealing with the problem. So, you know, think of it as a luxury, man, because not a lot of people have that. They get to escape from reality and just, you know, become the Witcher, or become a Pokemon trainer or anything like that. Not a lot of people have that opportunity. So just be grateful and know that that life is short and real problems do happen. So anyway, I don't want to turn this into a whole thing, man. I don't want to get emotional or anything like that. I just wanted to say that, you know, obviously with life comes its challenges. So if you've had any experiences where video games have helped you or something like that along those lines, feel free to let me know in the comments, man, you know. And you know, I'm sure Joe would appreciate any feedback from you guys as well. He should be back next episode. I told him that, you know, I understand everything that he's going through, and you know, I'm not gonna spill his beans all over the internet. So just you know, if you know him, if you're watching this, just say hey to him, you know. Just if you love him, tell him you love him, and you know, because I love that dude. So, you know, if there's anything he ever needs, he could let me know. Okay, enough jibber jabber there. So one of the big things I wanted to get into was this Switch dev kit that ultimately started running around here. So this is like the infamous ad. This is like the infamous picture that started rolling around here. So it's this Switch, right? They're calling it the Switch 2. Obviously, this is fake, but the concept is that it's a switched silhouette, but there's no removable Joy-Con. So kind of like a Steam Deck without the deck. You know what I mean? Like it's just a slab, like the actual Switch. Maybe a little chunkier, but and for you guys listening, it is just literally a Switch, but as one unit without removable Joy-Cons. And the thumbsticks have been changed on this picture, at least. For it looks like the one on the left is concaved, and the one on the right might not be. Those are some wide thumbsticks. It looks like a cross between the 3DS. I don't know slide stick. What they call that thing? The motion stick. It looks like a mix between that and a thumbstick. So it's pretty interesting. And then there's almost like this Steam Link thing below it, where it's like I'm assuming this would be like your dock, maybe with wireless charging, because it literally just looks like, I don't even know how to explain this thing. It almost looks like oh God. This is really hard to explain. It kind of looks like it almost, I'm sorry, I'm being annoying. I really don't know how to explain this thing. Like a Steam Link. It looks like a wide Steam Link that this Switch just sits on and wirelessly charges. So yeah, getting into it, it looks like today is particularly noisy, blah, blah, blah. It looks like this was sent to a studio in Spain. So these guys, I don't see. That's the thing, right? Like, if you get these dev kits and these concept kits, why would you want to leak that out? Obviously, I know it's not the company itself. And this is by an article on Retro Dodo, by the way, by Sir Anthony Wallace. Props to you, my man. So yeah, it looks like it's coming out of Spain, and if they have it, right, you can only assume that there's maybe a good 100 of these to different developers and stuff like that. Does it say what these guys have done in the past? I'm gonna look now. Blah blah blah. It doesn't seem. I guess they're called Mercury Steam. I don't really know who that is, but yeah. So it looks like somebody within Mercury Steam has reached out or kind of leaked that they have a Switch 2 dev kit, or like the next iteration of the Switch. So it looks like these are the guys responsible for. No. So Nash Weedle was the guy who leaked this, and he's a credible source because he's the guy who leaked Metroid Dread, I presume. So I guess, I mean, we all knew that a 2D Metroid game was coming. Nonetheless, this guy seems like a reputable source. So, hey, listen, if you guys are excited for a second iteration of the Switch, let me know. That would be sick. I definitely will pick up on arrival. I will be standing outside of whatever store will have them, and being there all night. I will take off work. I have a history of taking off work and waiting on lines for things that I want. So, not sure if you heard. I don't know if this was in episode 1. Me and Joe went to the midnight release of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Or not Breath of the Wild, Jesus. Tears of the Kingdom, which I still have not finished, by the way. And I got that release date, and it is now July, almost August. Don't judge me. So we were there, and I don't know. We got there maybe like 10 o'clock because we were second people online at 10 o'clock or third people. And we waited, and I took off. So it comes out on a Thursday at midnight. I taken off work on that Friday and rented a hotel just so I could stay up and play this game. Like, tell me, I'm just such a fiend, bro. Like this, like that's I mean, it kind of ties back into the beginning, right? Like if the beginning of this episode. So we're like, yeah, video games could definitely like be a source of happiness. Don't get me wrong. But it can't be your only source of happiness, Like I have a full-time job, like most people. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to do things like that and still stay on top of my shit, which a lot of people, I don't want to say that because I don't know a lot of people, but I would assume a lot of people would be a little more irresponsible than I would be, just because I know I work my ass off. So it's like, like when these things do come up, I'm like, yeah, I deserve it. But I probably don't. Who am I kidding? So yeah, that's definitely something that made me happy, man. But yeah, Switch 2. Let me know if you're excited to see it. Not sure if you guys seen this either. We apparently have 1,400 retro games being added to Xbox. I'll share my screen here for you guys, for your visual viewers. So, retro game streaming service Antstream. Am I reading? Yeah, Antstream Arcade is now available on Xbox, and according to its head, this is in large part down to Xbox boss Phil Spencer's involvement. Does it say any of the games that are coming in? The full list of games available currently stands at 1,470, including 200 plus Amiga games, nearly 300 arcade games, 350 plus C64 games, 50 plus Mega Drive games, 40 plus SNES games, and 350 plus ZX Spectrum games. Now, the only thing I knew there, I don't know about you guys, the only thing I knew there is the SNES games, obviously, because I am a Nintendo head. So, games on the service include Mortal Kombat, Metal Slug X, Earthworm Jim 2, Space Invaders, that one's sick, R-Type, and Robotron. So those are some pretty, I mean, you got a pretty hefty lineup right there alone. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a part of Game Pass. Oh, wait, here we go. Players can either buy a year subscriptions to the service for $30 a month or a lifetime pass edition for $80. Now, who in their right mind? That is insane. That's actually insane. So you're looking at $30. Players, yeah. We're looking into linking. We're looking into account linking in the future as part of our big Project Vision update towards the end of the year. Blah, blah, blah. Players can either buy a year subscription for the service at $30 or a lifetime edition for $80. Now, question. Why? I could see if this was added to Game Pass. Okay, cool. That's sick. I get to play freaking Space Invaders on my Xbox for free. That'd be sick. But the $30 for games like that, that's a little steep for me, man. Maybe because, maybe because I'm a little bit of an outlaw, guys. I know how to play these games for free, and I'm sure that 90% of us know how that works. So I don't get their business model here. $80 for lifetime is a lot, especially when the highlighted games are just Mortal Kombat, Metal Slug X, and Space Invaders. I don't. They're not really knocking it out the park for that. Because for $80, I can get Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on my Switch. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm looking at it from, like, a cost perspective, am I going to get 6 games remastered for the Switch handheld of the 6 games of one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time, one of the greatest developers of all time. For $80, I get 1 through 6, arguably having, I guess you would say, I think, what is the favorite, unanimous favorite? Isn't it like, I think it's Final Fantasy 6 is like slated to be the best out of all of them, right? For $80, I get all of those, countless hours. Like Final Fantasy games are all on like average, like 50, 60 hours, right? Like $80, and I know I'm getting a story, and I know it's all in one. That's a no for me, dog. That's a no for me. Antstream Arcade. Listen, I respect the hustle, man, but it's definitely not. It's not sticking for me. I don't think that's. I don't think that's quite doing it for me. So let's get into. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Pikmin 4, man. I've never played a Pikmin. So if you have, let me know your experiences with Pikmin. Maybe Pikmin 4 is the one I pick up. Yeah. IGN, 9 out of 10 for the... Wait, hold on a second. Is that a Zelda? What the hell is that? Excuse my language. What was that? That was a cup. I'm looking at a Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom can. Where the hell did it go? I swear to God, it was like a coffee can or a soda can. Oh, now you don't want to show me. The internet's rigged, bro. I swear to God. It's this little can. I'm going to zoom in on it. I don't care. What, can I open this image? Can I open the image? Oh, my God. Y'all are gaslighting me. Oh, my God. You guys are gaslighting me so bad. I see it. Look at this thing. I see it. I have it pulled up kind of here. That is what is that? Is that not a can? Oh, I'm not even showing you guys my screen. Is that not a can? You know what? Whatever. That's not why we're here. So, Pikmin 4. IGN, like I said, 9 out of 10. Now, before even reading into this, let me come up with some educated guesses. I didn't read this article, I swear. I'm gonna assume that one of the criticisms is, because I've noticed this in a lot of Nintendo games lately, that a lot of their games, they're just making stupid easy. Like, so on the easy side where it's not even, like, fun. Like, Kirby, stupid easy. The new Pokemon game, pretty easy if you're willing to play it. I guess with the exception of Tears of the Kingdom. But other than that, all their games recently have just been stupid. Like, all their IPs, stupid easy. Maybe that's because they want to obviously appeal to a wider audience. So, like, they'll cling on to a franchise that maybe resonates with an older crowd and then just remake it to be, and rework it to be a lot easier. Maybe that's what it is, because Pikmin's old. The first Pikmin came out a long time ago. Same thing with, like, Kirby. Kirby was on, what's that, NES or whatever, the 80s or early 90s. So, you know, that obviously has an older fan base that I guess, you know, is still kicking. You know, I see Kirby shirts at, like, Target still. You know, I did not realize Kirby was such a big thing, by the way. I don't know if you've ever played a Kirby game. I mean, I have, and I loved it. But besides the point, Pikmin 4, let's see. However, I spent far more time taking in the beautiful world of Pikmin 4 than checking out my own character. Pikmin 4 continues the series tradition of playing an alien size, blah, blah, blah. We all know what Pikmin is. Let's see. They say anything about the difficulty? I don't see anything. Much of the fun and strategy of Pikmin games comes from collecting and commanding different types of obedient little plant creatures to your bidding, and generally avoiding sending them to their doom. I said, I've never played a Pikmin. Maybe I gotta play it. This sounds kind of interesting. And that doggy, that Pikmin doggy, is adorable, by the way. The Pikmin doggy is adorable. For those jumping into Pikmin for the first time, it can seem like a lot, especially with 9 types of cutesy creatures to master. Having to split your attention between multiple objectives and learning to manage your resources, blah, blah, blah. To its great credit, Pikmin 4 does a gentle job of rolling out new Pikmin items and abilities at a pace that won't ever overwhelm you, blah, blah, blah. What about the difficulty? I don't see anything about the difficulty here. Is there a name? What was the dog's name? Okay, so yeah, I don't see anything about. You could rewind and replay parts of the level to improve your efficiency. Oh, that's kind of sick. Is that the dog's name? Ochi's? Oh, Ochi's such a good boy. Oh, I really hope. See, that's the cool thing, too. Nintendo does some cool stuff. This reminds me of the Astro's, what's it called? Playhouse for the PS5, that game that comes with it. Like, they just have this Game Boy SP in Pikmin, bro. Like, that's in mint condition, I might add. That's been sitting outside for whatever world this is. Damn, that's a long review. IGN really goes into their shit. This leads me to a minor gripe about how co-op works. Okay, that's not what we're here for. Here we go. As someone who seeks out a challenge, I wasn't a huge fan of one of the other additions, a set of overpowered single-use items, alongside the standard ultra spicy spray that temporarily boosts Pikmin performance, and the bomb rocks that destroy concrete walls. We get a single-use item like a lightning shock that could paralyze everything on the screen with electricity. Okay. So it just sounds like they kind of added some OP items in here. This, again, is a great... Here we go. What did I say? This, again, is great for younger players who are still learning the ropes of Pikmin, and they will surely appreciate the assistance. But since Pikmin 4 doesn't really offer any difficulty settings like some of the previous games in the series have, they feel like too easy of a solution. See, that's exactly what I said. It's just too easy. Maybe I'm just that good of a gamer. What they give? Yeah, 9 out of 10. Amazing. Maybe I'm just that good of a gamer, guys, that maybe just no one's touching me. I'm down on that level. you know? Like Pikmin, too easy, bro. Too fucking easy. I'm just the guy of Pikmin. Don't mind me. I am stalling for time while I pull up this next article. So, quick question for you guys as I take a sip right here. Give me a second. Let me cleanse my palate before I talk about this one. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? Now, technically this is the last topic I have, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave this here. And maybe you guys get a shorter podcast than you wished for, but maybe that's a good thing. We're gonna test it out for the algorithm. Okay. Are you guys ready? Because I need somebody to tell me what in the actual fuck? What in the actual hell is this bullshit? This abomination of a controller? Can someone just explain to me how this even exists? Could someone tell me who thought of this, first of all? Who just said, you know what? We're gonna take pizza and just make a controller smell like it. How do you preserve the smell of pizza and manifest it into a Xbox Series X controller? And then you're like, oh, you know who likes pizza? The Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah, we just can't make... What do you think came first? Do you think the idea to make it smell like pizza came first, or the idea to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle controller came first? Because I guarantee... I know for a fact they didn't go at the same time. Nobody said, let's make a TMNT controller that smells like pizza. It was, oh, I want to make a controller that smells like pizza. And, oh, I want to make a TMNT controller. And then those dudes fucked and made this. Can someone explain to me? And for those of you, again, our Audible listeners, right, which we love so much, and I'm sorry you're not able to... Actually, I'm not sorry. You should be happy you don't have to witness this. Okay, so in your brain, imagine a Xbox Series X controller, like the standard controller, right? Now, picture it like slime, like the design of it is like slime, like Nickelodeon slime almost, but like maybe like a more cartoony look. So like you have a controller that's painted like it's got slime dripping down it, right? Okay, fine. And then you want to throw in a bunch of like cartoony Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. So on the top left, there's like Mikey's skateboard. Actually, it looks like it's just Mikey. I don't see any other turtle here. I just see Mikey. So in the right side of it, where your right hand will go, on that prong, whatever you want to call it, the right side of the controller, it's Mikey, and it looks like he's got his nunchucks, or one of them. The other nunchuck's on the left side of the controller. Above that is graffiti art Mikey, like his name, in graffiti art. Above that's his skateboard, right? So, like, already kind of wild. But then, like, imagine in the middle of it, completely, like, it's glued onto the back of the controller. Just a slice of pizza. Imagine just... I'm getting sick to my stomach here. Imagine just a... Like when your little like niece or nephews and got like their little kitchen, then they like go to make you food that you have to pretend to eat. One of those pizzas, right? Like a plastic pizza. And then just glue it to the back of the controller. Like the tip of the pizza is like just barely hanging out of the bottom of the controller, and then the top of the controller you see like the top of the pizza with the crust. This is an abomination. I think jobs should be lost for this controller. Because I didn't even get to the worst part. I mentioned it, but as I'm describing this thing, I didn't say it. Because you know why? Because you know what the fuck they said? They said, oh, well, it looks like a pizza. Maybe we just make it smell like pizza too. So who's the guy? Who's the guy who has this refinery of sense? Who was the guy who greenlit this controller? The guy who approved this must have been the guy who had the sense, who had the cologne, the pizza smells in his bag. Like, oh, you guys made a controller that looked like pizza? Well, I got the smells. You just spray it on there. It look like pizza. Smell like pizza. I really. So, my problem. Like, if it was just the controller, like that'd be already kind of wild. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, if you're a Turtles fan, right? But the pizza on the back, whatever. People these days like the hype shit, I guess. Fine. But then in the picture, this girl is caressing the controller and smelling it to her heart's content. And she has a grin. She's grinning, smelling this controller. She's just so happy sniffing her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza scented controller. So this picture's from Microsoft too, by the way. This article from Polygon. Microsoft makes new pizza scented Xbox controller for discerning gamers. Here's how to win one. Okay. How do we win one? So the controller is a promotional item for the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, a Paramount Pictures movie. Okay. So Mutant Mayhem, I guess, is this TMNT movie coming out. Whatever. Fine. No big deal. This is a really short article, by the way. They go on to write, I'm not sure that this gaming accessory is the most useful one. In fact, it might actually hinder your gaming, as you might get so hungry from the pizza scent that you have to pause the game and order yourself an actual pizza to enjoy. It is also not subtle little pizza tucked behind the controller. It is a large slice that protrudes out past the controller quite visibly. What was I telling you? It's huge. This pizza is an inch thick, just slapped on the back of an Xbox controller. So, unfortunately, right? So unfortunate. You can't purchase one of these for yourself. They're being given away through a sweepstakes. Fans need to follow Xbox Game Pass. Oh, this pizza is making me yawn. You need to follow Xbox Game Pass on Twitter and retweet the account sweepstakes tweet to win one. It's probably for the best. We don't all want pizza smell technology to become ubiquitous, because then we'd have to figure out a way to trump it. And that goes down a strange road. That's kind of funny. So, I hate this thing. I hate it a lot. I definitely don't like this thing at all. So yeah, that's your TMNT pizza controller. And truth be told, that was the last item I even had for this episode. Like I said in the beginning, guys, I wanted to keep this one a little short. We're about a little over a half hour in. Maybe we'll try a little shorter episode for this algorithm here, see what happens. And like I said, just to reiterate my point in the beginning is, guys, life happens. Do something about it. Don't mask emotions. Surely it helps, surely it helps temporarily, but there are a lot of issues that video games are not going to solve because we live in the real world. And yeah, that's all. That's really it. So this episode's definitely one of the harder ones to make because I don't have my running mate. But listen, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, y'all. Thanks for this little unorthodox episode of The Legend of Podcast. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. You're real. I hope you win your TMNT Pizza Scented controller because you deserve it. And without further ado, guys, I will see you in the next episode, y'all. Peace.